gentle viewers, if I said to you the words Ireland's answer to Mad Max, what would you picture?
Hey, kid!
Oh, bollocks.
Drink!
Down with this sort of thing. Careful now.
Girls!
Here we are now, tea for everyone.
Over here, Ted! Come here, look at me! Drive the car! Oh, Jesus, they're dead!
Who wants their afternoon drink?
Drink? Oh, yes!
Unfortunately, we're not getting that. But what we are getting is a post-apocalyptic Ireland where the devastation seems non-existent, and the societal order that has sprung up afterwards makes no sense. In fact, it's almost easier to think of this as a Circus-based Sunset Heights spin-off. Some of you might recognise the star Jason Barry. He played the weirdly Irish Dan Kane replacement in Reanimator 3.
Amio-Darren!
We don't have any Amio-Darren.
What do you mean you don't have any?
Then come in.
Well, what do you have? What have you got? Come on, nurse!
Try Sodalol.
There's a reason he sounded Irish in that. He's Irish. But we're here to go beyond Reanimator. This is Death Games. And at most, one of the things in the title is actually in the film. A Blue Light production in co-production with FFP Entertainment, Wave Pictures Film Development Corporation in association with the Irish Film Board, and maybe you should just start naming everyone who did not work on the fucking film. Oh my god, I've read so many credits I can't read English anymore! We open with yet more credits, over 3 fucking minutes of them. We get to see the editor in charge of existentialism, someone who I'm not convinced has a real name, and a producer who with that name really should be a gay porn star. There's no mention of it in the opening credits, but this was distributed by the Asylum. So...
We're off to a great start.
This is the far-off year of 2010! And it's immediately bullshit because I remember rural Irish filling stations in 2010 and they never worked. They have a genetic tag system set up indicating that this is an end times movie and it just doesn't realise it.
My name's Killer.
Hi, my name's Leanne. Are you really a killer?
Well, he got her petrol with his thumbprint, so he is now. Though Kierkegaard, the editor, would probably argue that point with me. The only backstory we get as to why she does this is audio played over the credits.
Shut up, I said I'm trying to drive.
It's hard to blame her, isn't it? Check out the nice pink blur under the title. It really helps disguise the fact that the distributors changed the name. The film was originally called Chaos, and given there are a few actual games in this, it was a much better fucking title.
I was 9 years old when me and my classmates were issued with ID tags. Nowadays you get tagged at birth. A tiny chip inserted deep into your thumb.
They never tell us how old Keeler was, so I have to go from Jason Barry, who plays him. According to the IMDb, Jason Barry was born in 1972. This was made in 2002, making Keeler 30. It's set in 2010, meaning Keeler was born in 1980 and this dystopian future was up and running in 1989. A full 13 years before the film was made! I know Charles Haughey was a shit Taoiseach, but that is a bit much. Anyway, it's hard to build suspension of disbelief when the film kicks its own legs from underneath itself 5 minutes in. So when stuck in a freedomless controlling dystopia, what does a young man called Keeler do?
I get my kicks in other ways. Travelling miles to see guys who choose not to live that way. Who prefer to remain illegal.
Go to the motherfucking circus! I'm pretty sure he just said the circus is illegal. I'm sure the fact that it has a tour and scans ID tags is just an oversight. It's not like it has a waiting list or anything.
There's a waiting list to see these guys.
Well, son of a motherfucking cunting whore bitch. What is it with Irish films thinking that dystopia means, for all intents and purposes, pretty much indistinguishable from everyday life? I mean, it's not that bad there. The ringmaster looks like Richard D. Grant. That's like Richard E. Grant, but 1 letter older. Oh, and listen to this. Dial up! Sounds like the future! As you can see, sales of red leather were unaffected by the fall of civilization. The circus they operate has flames, an over-the-top boss, fire eaters, machinery, people in garish makeup. Hello, fellow travelers! And an idiot who tries to kill Keeler with a chainsaw for sitting on his bike. This is basically the Circus of Horrors, but much less impressive, less fun, less subversive, with less rock songs, and much less nudity. Ironically, I first saw the Circus of Horrors live in 2010. Anyway, Keeler reacts to attempted death by chainsaw by destroying the circus's flaming wooden set. A feat that so impresses the boss that he's eventually offered a job. Well, once they juxtapose sex with a sexy suicide attempt. Twice in 10 minutes of screen time, Keeler has suicide pheromones. Oh my god. He is so sideburns. Anyway, Keeler is let go from his job by way of electrocution. But they still give him a severance package.
To be taken directly from your severance package.
So that's nice.
Callosal International are involved in the manufacture of the cattle drug Calotel.
Oh wow, if only I knew why I'm so fascinated by this news report. I'd be as wise as the woman scripting this scene.
Look, I don't want to be a whine, but
Oh hi, Dr. Scorpius. You escaped Dracula then?
it's costing you to keep this show on the road.
Yeah.
I thought there was a waiting list to see these guys. Set out more seats and your problem solves itself. If you'd rather not because you're allergic to success or something, then I think I have the perfect act for Keeler to do when you hire him. He stands there, a member of the audience is brought down, and they're driven to kill themselves by his presence. But then they're saved when Keeler fucks someone. He could even fuck the boss. It keeps things interesting.
I'd like to see some ID.
Same old shit. You'll find everyone here is registered to me, officer.
Identifying Alpha C Thunder, owner of Chaos.
How is it that dystopian 2010 manages to be both more and less futuristic than the real 2010? Meanwhile, the apocalyptic suburbs now come with nukish symbols. Keeler returns home to discover that he's going to be relocated to the Aran Islands.
Are to be relocated to the Aran Islands waste disposal plant.
The people who work there have a life expectancy of 6 to 8 weeks. The Aran Islands are somehow much nicer in this than reality. Oh, take that, Aran Islands! Anyway, Dr. Scorpius creates a synthetic drug that's 2% made of unknown compounds. I don't know if that's because the computer has an incomplete database or if he found some kryptonite.
Unknown?
The computer then helpfully suggests a name for his new drug.
Might I suggest red metal? I repeat, red metal.
He is working as an accountant at a circus that bleeds money. And yet in just one scene we discover that he created a sentient AI, maybe invented whole new chemical elements, and is a master pharmaceutical engineer. So Dr. Scorpius, I gotta ask, why are you so set on your current career path? Don't you see? I had to do it! For accountancy! So literally minutes later, the boss starts giving out red metal in lieu of wages to Spider, the show's star. Spider's the guy who resembles a nasal German Robert Englund.
I'm not like the rest of your clowns. I'm dying in there every fucking night in your goddamn show.
I like that, Spider. You dying there every night for my shot, it's good.
Oh, he is gonna die. Well, as soon as they pick up Killer to replace him.
Well, we meet again.
My name's Killer.
Killer. I like that.
Oh, why don't you just stab Spider now and be fucking done with it? Killer, I like that name. It nicely offsets the plasticine on my forehead. Seeing as the last scene was the boss and Spider in a car, I'm wondering what happened before he tapped Killer on the shoulder. Because as far as I can tell, they drove past Killer looking in the window of a ruined house in the middle of nowhere and recognized him from his jacket. It's not even a good jacket.
Tag him before we move out.
Spider! I want that man's bike on a truck now!
Tagging activated.
If you squint and look very carefully, you can almost see the Westies and Boilermen fighting over a shithole called Cooterville up in the northwest. I love the travelling montage. AKA, tape your camera to the dashboard and drive around, the motion picture. taking all the sights like nighttime, an apocalyptic Esso garage, the dystopian signage, and the shit I added to show how generic the rest is. Hello, and welcome to a backseat critique for Death Games. What did you think?
I loved it.
It was shit.
Oh.
Hi.
And you, boy, where you from?
You didn't think to ask that already? He joined up in the west of Ireland and you are now in Germany.
I mean, have you ever been in a show?
No.
You have no fucking experience?
No, but I'm a quick learner.
Wow, they had to drive through at least one other country to get there and no shows. No fucking wonder they're bleeding money. Also, is rehearsal one of those ideas from the before time that humanity lost in the nuclear fire?
Spider's the best money can buy.
You were not paid in money, and the shit you are paid in does not have a fucking market value. After the 18th scene in a row with Keeler, Scorpius, the boss, Spider, and the boss's daughter, I resigned myself to the fact that this circus has about 5 people in it. Oh, hey, she's trying to kill herself in close proximity to Keeler. Again!
Fuck, what are you doing in here?
What are you trying to do to yourself?
Just get out, please, go!
It's okay, I'll find someone to have sex with. You'll be fine.
Shit.
Aren't you, going to introduce us?
The boss's daughter tells Keeler how the boss got his scar. He went into a fire to save his kids, but he couldn't save his son. This info is given in the most roundabout way possible, so it'll be a surprise later on when they reveal that the boss's daughter is actually the boss's daughter. Dramatic chord.
Did you fucking agree?
Don't touch me, you bastard!
Fire! Leave it off!
Check out that lovely, massive fucking room that she's using to tune up the bike. It's not like that room could be used for some sort of practice. You know, I hear that shit can make stuff perfect. Anyway, after his daughter leaves, the boss uses the seclusion of the biggest room for miles to sabotage the bike, because just firing Spider for being an asshole will be way too logical.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chaos.
Death Games, starring Al Pacino as John Truckosaurus.
Whoa!
You know, they have one of those, and somehow an idiot driving a bike on a beam is the big draw. The end of history had its toll in Europe. It made its people fucking stupid.
You want to be in the show? Well, here's your chance.
What? Fuck you.
I'm getting mixed signals from this movie. Spider is a complete asshole, and yet we're meant to feel bad when he's murdered. The boss has been a good and caring guy all movie, except for his murdering Spider, but everyone assumes he did it because he's a fucking monster.
He left because he saw what you really are.
It's like the film is trying to do some 1984-style historical revisionism before our very eyes. The boss was always the villain and a nasty piece of work, while Spider was always his innocent victim who did nothing to deserve it.
I'll do the show.
What? You'll do this cutting thing?
You out of your mind, Alf? She can't do that in public. She can't sustain it.
We only need it for the one show. Just enough to create a media frenzy. Now you can do that, can't you, Gracie, honey? Get us on TV with a little slashing.
TV has really gone down the tubes since civilization collapsed. Pun in fucking tended. I am offended by how shit an act that is. Self-harm is a controversial circus act that'll blow people's minds. That's something literally almost anyone can do. What's your next big idea? Thrilling an audience by having them watch someone listen to The Cure? Oh, and in case you didn't work this out from the earlier exchange, she loves Keeler now. Dunno why. Sorry, movie, but no amount of industrial music is going to convince me that that shot is futuristic. Although, with its putting pulsing industrial or dance music over everyday stuff and a futile attempt at something, this film might have accidentally inspired Torchwood's signature style.
I'm glad you're coming around to my way of thinking. God knows it's taken you long enough.
Oh, shocking revelation of familial relations, your time has come!
If you had have jumped when I asked, I could have gotten to Shane. I could have saved him.
I was 7 years old, Alf. I was terrified.
And I was made for life!
Warning, Tensity Tense may be played by concrete. You know, it's during long and pointless shots like this that I realize that these two are both dressed more like the Doctor than most of the guys since McGann. They're here to meet this Muppet-voiced collection of villain tropes pretending to be a German surgeon.
Mr. Thunder, I have seen your show. I enjoyed it a lot.
Monsieur!
Hagan what?
He's called Dr. Hayes. That's also the name of the ringmaster of the Circus of Horrors. The real-life circus that does similar shit as Chaos, but better. And I kind of hope it was a coincidence. Anyway, Killer is wandering around Germany without future papers, aka the papers of the future.
I always know an Irish face when I see one. Run, as fast as you can! Hey, you can't catch me, I'm an Irishman!
The Irish came out of the apocalypse really well. They colonized Germany.
Your name's Kilmartin. At least that's what Killer's short for where I come from.
Where I'm from, Kilmartin is a command!
He's dead, mistress!
There's more than one Martin!
Oh.
I don't know what, but something about this room makes me want to ship Killer and his new friend. Anyway, the next morning we find out why the circus is bleeding money. They're running a continent-wide spy network, because the woman's working for them.
Fiona, where is he?
Jesus Christ.
So, what exactly was their plan? It's simple. Really fucking stupid, but simple. Hire Killer, kill the top draw guy, chase Killer away, use spy network to track Killer, run Killer over, turn Killer into RoboCop.
Of course!
No, seriously.
His arm is mangled, but I can probably save the leg.
I want them off. He's legally dead. We can do pretty much what we want to him.
Lose the arm.
The big idea is to give him a robotic arm and leg so he'll work for the circus forever. This is one of those villain plans where it would be easier and cheaper to just not do the villain plan and just hire the next decent writer they can find. But, all things considered, Killer is in good hands. Dr. Hayes has the best surgical prison-based string quartet I've ever seen. It's like the camera itself realized just how crazy that shot is and is slowly backing away. Meanwhile, in the automobile of villainy, the boss is off-screen thunder to remind us that he is and always has been evil. The boss and his daughter take time off from her busy schedule of self-harm and suicide attempts to make a robotic arm and leg for Killer. Well, to be 100% accurate, he ordered her to make them, and then he ran Killer over, so every second she doesn't work out that her dad deliberately ran him over, she is a massive fucking idiot.
Oh my god, you found Killer?
I wonder if the brain's damaged.
Yourself boarding,
Is she crying because she only made a robotic hand and they took off his whole arm? Or because she realized that they could have done something useful and amputated his fucking sideburns? Now, on the Eye Channel, all eyes, all the time. We have eyes, thousands of them staring into your soul. So, there's more money troubles.
For Christ's sake! We haven't done a show for 3 weeks!
Here's an idea to make money. Run a fucking circus! Anyway, Killer is fitted with the limbs, and I'm left wondering why they designed them to be funky looking if they're just gonna cover them up.
Is that remote working, Asper?
That's another right.
No! Well, that, and why they've a torture device installed. She made them! She was still working on them when she found out they were for Killer! So why is there a torture device installed? All in all, great work, Circus. You have a top guy who's untrained, unexperienced, untested, dealing with the loss of limbs and working on 90% less mobility than your last guy. I wonder if he ever thought to ask them how they managed to find him again. Why they had a robotic arm and leg ready. Why they didn't just send him to a future hospital. Meh, he probably didn't. Because it would eat into important cyborg doing mediocre bike stuff time.
You and me, Killer! We're the stuff that dreams are made on!
Yeah, this is pretty much the whole act. It's like the boss dimly remembered seeing The Road Warrior a few decades before the fall of civilization and decided to turn it into a two-person play, with the green lighting to make it local and therefore relevant.
Grace!
No,
Come over.
Thanks, brother. Max,
Come
did you
on.
fix that Duke this morning?
Grace!
Success and the inexplicable anger from your loved ones that it brings, followed quickly by the awkward horizontal Spider-Man kissing, and kissing bloody cuts that are meant to be old scars. Why am I in this bit? Just keep staring? Okay, that I can do. I just hope I'm being paid. Meanwhile, in their Club das Succubus, most people immediately leave.
I'm gonna call it a night.
I'll go with you.
I am so fucking glad that they paid for that location. It beats using the same ruin for the show, regardless of what country they're meant to be in. Anyway, in the club, dark secrets are finally revealed.
I mean, knock him down, okay, but his arm and leg were fine when I left. You didn't have to go and fucking hack them off. Jesus Christ, if there's a hell, we're headed straight for it.
I mean, God's already punishing me. I've lost my peripheral vision.
Listen, Alf. I know I didn't seem it at the time, but I'm really grateful for you for taking me back.
I told you you'd get your chance, didn't I, Killer? I have it all planned for you.
Fitted in pretty neatly with the old accident, didn't it?
I'm a fucking idiot.
The young boy's mother maintained he cut off his hand after seeing the metal circus show called Chaos.
Fucking child. You know, the sad thing is, the guy looks like he's wearing a robotic glove because the actor is. So any rational kid would just make some sort of a glove instead of cutting his hand off.
I have here the owner and main performer of Chaos, Mr. Alf Thunder. Mr. Thunder, you have been quoted as saying, it is a child's right to do what they want with their limbs.
Yes, that's right. You see, the character I've created is a hero for younger children. And, well, I don't really see what's wrong with wanting to be like your hero.
Well, if you ever wanted to know what a supervillain in the realm of public relations would look like, it looks like a greasy, Irish, drugged-out William Hartnell, with a face full of modelling clay.
Well, thank you for that statement, Mr.
Anyway, same act, the chain is still not moving on the saw, and there's a hostage crisis.
Two can play at that game. Do it! You won't do it or you will get checked!
Does this mean we're dating now?
Okay, Killer, when the mustache-twirling villain thinks you might have gone a bit too far, you might want to take a look at yourself.
Jesus, Killer. He took your limbs away and you still believe in him.
All my life I wanted to be somebody! Alf gave me that chance!
Didn't you just, hate him 2 seconds ago? Answer? Yes. Killer going mental and threatening to kill an audience member over the boss's reaction to the kid happened less than a minute before this scene. Continuity is for the weak, and Death Games is many things. Being bad at continuity is one of them, but it is never weak.
You were just jealous of what I've become!
Nah, you were jealous that her act is cutting edge and you were only cutting edge for about an hour during surgery. Anyway, the daughter runs off, Killer confronts the boss, and Dr. Scorpius is enlisted to find the daughter by the miracle of GPS. She's on a bridge and they think she's going to jump, so of course it's easier and quicker for Killer to get to her on foot than for them to do it in the car.
Nice!
Don't come near me!
Don't you do it! Don't you jump!
Give me your hand, come on! Tell her to back off!
It's great how every time she tells someone to go away, they immediately get closer. This other woman is the one from the boss's spy network who took part in Killer's accident.
Grace! No! Come on!
Okay, Grace. We've got you.
Come on! Come on!
How the fuck did that happen?
Jesus! Hang on!
Killer! Killer, help me!
Come on!
Ah, okay, Killer, he's got the remote!
Oh, come on! It's okay, I've got you! I've got you, Trina!
No!
No! Trina!
I really should have started a "the boss does something evilly stupid for no reason" counter. Ah, fuck it.
Welcome to Sector.
The outzone base, exactly the same as every other base they've had.
What's that you said, killer? Huh? Fuck off.
Oh, fuck yeah, crazy man mumbling! The best kind of mumbling.
My son dies in the fire. Better than me. Fucking better than me. I made you what you are, killer. I made you what you are. I'm Alf C. Thunder. I'm the best.
Be careful. He's lost it.
Now, I watched this film recently. He lost it about 28 minutes in. Anyway, the boss gave his daughter some bad drugs to knock her out, so Dr. Scorpius takes the NRA's advice and injects her with some good drugs to wake her up. And when that doesn't work, he just throws some water at her.
I'm sorry. I had to do that.
What I want to know is how you can be so drugged that an injection doesn't wake you up, but so awake that water does? Anyway, awake or not, it doesn't really matter because her dad locks her up. That's a bit Freudian, isn't it? It's dad versus boyfriend in a battle to the death for her affections under a naked metal angel with a hard-on. I'm not sure if the erection asks the Freudianness of it, but it seemed to be a shame for me not to mention it after they paid for it. Anyway, the daughter tries to do something by setting fire to the area where she's captured. Amazingly, this sets fire to the area where she's captured. A result that took her totally by surprise. In fact, I would kind of like to rename this Stupid People Doing Stupid Things, the movie. Killer kicks the metal-clad boss into an electrical thing and rescues the daughter by using his hand as a club, even though the strength from that blow would come from his non-cyborg shoulder and not the arm. And of course we get a random admission.
I started the fire, Killer. It was all my fault. The fire my brother died in.
Grace.
You accidentally killed your brother and turned your dad into a crazy person? I am so turned on right now.
There's an old Irish saying which goes, Fillin on fiall, egg on fiallara, or evil returns to those who are evil.
There's an even better old Irish saying. It goes, or I can make shit up too. I'm pretty sure a lot was cut out of this film. I mean, stuff gets introduced and dropped at random, some scenes appear to be out of order, some characters change personalities between scenes. Death Games, otherwise known as Chaos, was trying to do something new and original. It didn't succeed at either, but at least it tried. It reached for the stars and only made it a few feet off the ground, but at least it made the fucking effort. Its idea of edgy wasn't, and its problems are really, really fucking obvious, but I can't dislike it. I saw this at its premiere years ago and gave it a 6 out of 10. And after all these years, I still give it a 6. Even if 4 of those are because the boss and Scorpius have great fucking costumes. I'm the Amanda Hagan, and I have to live with that every day.
I continue to pimp these hoes.